welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Kakashi versus Orochimaru. Now we could go through mostly of all versions of Kakashi, Kakashi with the Sharingan, Kakashi without the Sharingan. And if you personally believe that Kakashi with the Sharingan is stronger than Kakashi without the Sharingan, that would be false. I personally know, or I personally believe that Kakashi without the Sharingan is more powerful outside of the DMS version of Kakashi that we're ever introduced to. Of course, because he can't turn off the Sharingan. The best he can do is cover it up, but it is still consistently draining chakra to him. Though it seems that he has unlimited chakra in Shippuden, he does not. The Sharingan should still be able to wear him out, but he was spamming Kamui like crazy in Shippuden. Either way, the part 1 Kakashi, as we see him introduced, is weaker than Orochimaru. So Orochimaru from part 1, even with his arm sealed, would still have fun and beat the brakes off Kakashi. Of course, Orochimaru was still handling or fighting Four Tails Naruto. Kakashi is not as strong as Four Tails Naruto, nor did he get up to Seinen level in the beginning part of Shippuden, or anywhere near to part 1, part 1 Orochimaru. Now, of course, anything pre-war Kakashi would lose to Orochimaru. Orochimaru was still on the top tier, top echelon within their jutsu research, that he really does wipe the floor with Kakashi 10 times out of 10. Of course, Kamui can out-hack Orochimaru in some ways, but Orochimaru would, of course, after seeing the Kamui one time, would deduce how to attack it and how to affect it, since his Kamui doesn't work like Obito's Kamui, but still would attack it and affect it in a certain way, and Orochimaru would still win that fight. Now, War Arc Kakashi, where it seems like he has endless chakra, which is crazy, versus War Arc Orochimaru, it's kind of tough, because Kakashi in the war was shown more than Orochimaru within the war, because Orochimaru really does not do much in the war, mostly playing a background role, even saying that he was not going to get involved in the war. Even when he summoned the Kage, he did not affect or help in the battle of the Jubidara or the Ten Tails at all. He could have, probably should have, but he doesn't, and since that happens, Kakashi does have more feats in the war arc, so you can of course say that Kakashi does win against War Arc Orochimaru based off feats alone. Of course, with him comboing multiple Madara attacks, multiple Obito attacks, helping Naruto get around the Kamui of Obito, and of course fighting Obito with the Rinnegan on equal footing in the Kamui dimension. So you can say that he is more powerful than War Arc Orochimaru at this time. But the only caveat, of course, is DMS Kakashi. DMS Kakashi does win against every version of Orochimaru that we see. But since DMS does run on a time limit, and he does not have access to DMS at all after this, or any access to the Sharingan, he is still pretty much losing to Orochimaru. Now, after Orochimaru gets his arms back, of course, you can talk about the Boruto versions, which I believe is the strongest we see Kakashi. Well, sorry, not the Boruto versions. The last version, Hokage Kakashi, is probably the strongest version of Kakashi outside of DMS that we are ever introduced to. Just because now he has access to all his jutsus, he doesn't have that consistent chakra drain, and still has pulls to that large amount of chakra. He, of course, that is stated because when he was a child, he was able to attack Jonin Minato and almost fight him to a similar standstill. Of course, Jonin Minato has the experience and the much stronger technique to take out Kakashi, but Kakashi still gave Minato a run for his money as a kid. Now, within that, all his skills, Purple Lightning, and his speed does enhance when he is in Hokage Kakashi. Caveat: Orochimaru does have his arms back, and he was still able, of course, with the reanimation jutsus, to help out in a fight against the third Hokage. Now, if you want to say Hokage Kakashi is as strong as Old Man Hiruzen, That's a tough argument to make. Of course, I rank Hokage Kakashi under Hokage Hiruzen, or at least old man Hiruzen that we know of. So that is a tough little conversation because feats wise, Orochimaru should win. At the last and Baru's version of Orochimaru still win, because Orochimaru still does experiments on himself, and he has not lost a step through his evolutions or experiments on his body. Of course, we can see that within his fight of the little Mitsuki arc that we get to see, where he has to fight Log, or at least Mitsuki's brother, or sorry, Mitsuki's previous creation, and you could see that hasn't lost a step, and he's as strong and still proven to be the strongest Sanin that is out there, or strongest Sanin that we have ever been introduced to. So every version of Orochimaru does win against Kakashi, at least in my opinion. Of course, DMS Kakashi is a different argument. DMS Kakashi does win that fight 10 times out of 10 against Orochimaru. Orochimaru will have no defense to the double Kamui, the Susanoo, or anything like that. So I say Kakashi would, of course, win that fight. Outside of DMS, Orochimaru pretty much wins every single version that you match up Kakashi with. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.